and welcome to the Kriya Bootcamp on Engineering Parts Basics. Today, we will explore the basic parts of the Kriya Engineering Kit. The Kriya Engineering Kit has more than 120 parts. Sounds tough, doesn't it? There's no need to worry though. Most of these parts are divided into easily recognizable families. The Kriya engineering parts are divided into the following families: building blocks, base plates, angle blocks, connecting elements, girders and struts, axles and parts used with axles, wheels and pulleys, gears, miscellaneous parts, and mounting plates. Before we start, let's learn about how these parts are measured and named. This block is a building block 30. Why 30? Because it is 30 millimeters long. What do you think this block is called? Raise your hands if you know the answer. This block is called a building block 15. Let us learn how to connect these blocks. To connect any two blocks, we slide a pin into a groove. Can all grooves connect two building blocks 30? Now that you have connected some blocks, you have to learn how to disconnect them correctly. Please slide the pin out of the groove carefully. Do not twist the blocks. Now let's start with the first engineering parts family, the building blocks. You have already met a few of them. Look at the parts shown in the image, find them in your kit, and place them in front of your group. Did all of you collect the parts and place them in front of you? Please raise your hands if you have. Here's a question for you. This block is called a building block 15 into 30 into 5 with groove and pin. Why do you think it is named so? Raise your hands if you know the answer. This is called a building block 15 into 30 into 5 with groove and pin because its breadth is 15 millimeters, length is 30 millimeters, and height is 5 millimeters. Let us now take a look at the second family, the base plates. The base plates, as you can see, are named based on their sizes. Each base plate has grooves to which you can attach different building blocks. Find the base plates in your kit and place them in front of your group. You have 10 seconds. To use base plates correctly, you need to know its near and far sides, and near and far ends. The side near you is called near side. The side far away from you is called the far side. The end near you is called the near end. The end far away from you is called the far end. Count the number of slots or grooves in each base plate. How many slots are there on each side of a base plate 120 by 60? Count both, the small and the large slots. You have 15 seconds to count. As you can see, there are 15 slots. Now here's a challenge for you. Take a base plate 120 by 60. Insert a building block 30 into the fourth slot from the far end and on the near side. Remember, the near side is the side nearer to you. You have 30 seconds to do this. Let's move on to the third family, angle blocks. These blocks help us in putting angles in the models. The angle in each block is mentioned on the block. Find these parts from your kit and place them in front of you. You have 30 seconds. It's time to build. Use building blocks and angle blocks to build an arch. This arch should exactly look like the arch shown here. You have 1 minute to do this. Quick quiz. Name the parts you can see on the screen. The answers are here. Hope you got most of them right. The next family is a family of parts, using which you can connect building blocks together. Let's see two of these parts, the spring cam and the link. Watch how the spring cam can be used to connect two building blocks. Now watch how a link 15 can be used to connect two building blocks. Take a minute and quickly experiment with spring cams, links, and building blocks. The next family has girders and struts. Girders are parts used in construction to give support. Look at the images, find the parts in your kit and place them in front of you. You have 30 seconds. Girders are, in turn, supported by struts. In our kit, we connect struts to girders using parts called the rivets. Look at the image, find each part, and place it in front of you. It's time to build again. Watch the video. Using a base plate 120 by 60, two angle girders 120, and two single rivets. Build the same model exactly as shown. You have 1 minute to do this. Do you know that there is also a way to connect struts to building blocks? We can do this using the strut adapter. Watch this video to find out how. Quickly find a strut adapter and connect an I-strut 60 to a building block 30. You have 30 seconds. Here's another quiz. Name the parts that you can see on the screen. And the answers are angle girder, I-strut, link 15, rivet, spring cam, and strut adapter. Now we come to a very interesting part family, the axles, and the parts used with axles. Look at the image, find the parts in your kit, and place them in front of you. Here's a quick challenge. Can all of you measure each of your axles and arrange them in an order starting from the smallest to the largest? Here's a hint. You can use a building block 30 or building block 15 to measure your axles. You have 1 minute. Let's look at the parts that are used with axles. Axle couplings can be used to connect two axles end to end. Watch the video to learn how. Try it out with two axles and an axle coupling. You have 30 seconds. Clip adapters can be used to connect axles in different angles. Watch the video to learn how. Try it out with two axles and a clip adapter. You have 30 seconds. Clip 5s can be used to hold an axle in place. Watch the video as an axle is held in place inside a building block 15 with bore with two clip 5s. You have 30 seconds to try this out. Spacer rings are parts that are used to give space between an axle and another part. They are really simple to use. The next family we will work with are wheels and pulleys. Look at the image shown here. Find each of these parts in your kit and place it in front of you. You have 15 seconds. To learn how to use the wheels and pulleys, we first need to understand how the hub nut and the flat hub collet work together. Watch the video to understand how a hub nut and collet are fixed to an axle. Now watch the video to see how a large pulley 60 is fixed to an axle using a hub nut and collet. Now watch the video to see how a tire 45 is fixed to an axle using hub nut and collet. Now you have 2 minutes to experiment with connecting axles to wheels and pulleys using the hub nut and collet. What are you waiting for? Start! It's time for another quiz. Name the parts that you can see on the screen. And the answers are clip 5, axle coupling, spacer ring, tire 45, flat hub collet, clip adapter. How many of you have heard the term gears? Your kit has gears of many types and shapes. Look at the image, find the parts in your kit and place them in front of you. You just have 1 minute. You can also connect gears to axles using hub nut and collet. Try connecting a gear to an axle. You have 30 seconds. We're getting close to the end. Let's learn about the elements that have been left out. Look at the image, find the parts in your kit and place them in front of you. You have just 1 minute to do this. Out of these, let's learn about the hinged block claw and tab. Watch this video carefully to understand how the hinged block claw and the hinged block tab combination works. Can all of you try this out? You have 1 minute. Here's the last quiz for the day. Name these parts. And the answers are hinged block tab, cogwheel T10 narrow, gear wheel T20, bearing sleeve, chain link. Let us now explore the last family, the mounting plates. Look at the picture, find the parts in your kit and place them in front of you. You have 30 seconds to do this. You now know all the part families and most of the parts in the engineering kit. Here is a quick recap of what you learned. Congratulations! You're done with the boot camp.